Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking You, Me, and My Ex, Season 1, Episode 7. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So the show starts out with Kay, Jerry, and Jessica.
So I'm gonna pack and my mom is coming to pick me up.
Yeah, we got it.
We got it now.
I'm not talking to you. Stay in your lane. Period.
Personally, Jessica is just doing too much. I am surprised that Kay has not popped off even more than she is, because Jessica, she can really bring it out of you. I mean, I just think it's also ridiculous that Jerry is not standing by Kay. He has not asked Jessica to leave Kay alone. None of that. It's as if he doesn't really care about anyone but Jessica.
And Kay finally got head to head. I mean, it got hairy. And I've been feeling like the middleman. I'm kind of tired of being in that position.
Did you hear him? He is tired of being in the middle. Really? If you're so tired of being in the middle, get yourself out of the middle. Why did you invite this woman to move into your house with your ex-wife and children? Why? On top of all of that, if you really want to be in a relationship with this woman, you should have asked Jessica to go. Or if you really don't care about Kay, then you should ask Kay to just go. It's ridiculous that you're in the middle. You are standing around like a statue, not doing a daggone thing, not saying anything. It's all about what Jessica's needs and Jessica's wants are. However, you keep claiming that Kay is your girlfriend and you care about her. I can't tell.
A little glimpse of who Kay really is when she says things like, I wasn't talking to you, stay in your lane. And I'm just like, what? Like, where did that come from?
Really? Really? You have no idea. You have no idea why she's telling you to stay in your lane. Are you serious? You have been all in her business, where she sleeps, how she laughs, how she talks, every little thing that girl says or does, with or without Jerry, is your business. You're all in that woman's business, and you have no idea where all of this is coming from? You passive-aggressive mess. You are really ticking me off. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe that you are really interested in Kay and that you want a real relationship with this girl. I think what you saw was a beautiful young girl who is a little naive, and you just truly want to be able to have the sex with her. You want her around for your own selfish needs. You don't care what she absolutely needs. And what she needs is to go home. So now he has decided that he's going to go upstairs and try to convince Kay not to leave. He doesn't want her to leave. He says that they have created their own little quarantine bubble, and if she leaves, he's not going to be able to go visit her due to his health. So he's going to try to convince her to go to the cabin. And I said, oh, so she's going to be off at the cabin, and that's going to be your secret hideaway, your go-to place. You're just going to swing by, drop in and see her, have a little sex, spend the night and leave? Is that what this relationship is going to be? Why can't you send Jessica to the cabin? Listen, I just don't think he really cares about this girl. He is showing that he is really just in it for self. So he asked her to go to the cabin, and she says what I said, why can't Jessica go to the cabin? And he tells her that if it was just Jessica, he would ask her to go to the cabin, but he can't send the mother of his children to the cabin. How would that look to his boys? How does it look to your boys that you have your ex-wife and your new girlfriend living in the house? How does that look? You should have thought about those optics before you moved Kay in. Then he tries to tell her, you know, you're just going to run instead of staying here and fighting for our relationship. Are you kidding me? She is the only one that has been fighting for this relationship. You have been siding with Jessica the whole time. So then he tells her that he's begging. I'm begging you not to leave, he says. I'm begging you to stay. And I thought, Jerry, you are the only person that wants her to stay. Jerry's little girl likes Kay too, but everybody else, they don't really care. They don't really want Kay there. Then he tells her if she leaves, he's going to be really down. Then he tries to turn on the charm, and what happens? She melts into a puddle of hope. Oh my gosh. So she decides that she's going to go ahead and go to the cabin. Jerry is going to come over and make dinner for her and spend the night. Jerry goes right downstairs and tells Jessica.
What's up?
She wants to go to the cabin.
I'm sorry, Jared. I just think it is exhausting trying to please her.
He doesn't tell her that he went upstairs and begged her to stay and begged her to go to the cabin. He goes downstairs and implies that instead of leaving with her mother the way she planned, she decided on her own that she's just going to go to the cabin. How ridiculous is all of this? You know, at this point, I am over Jerry. I am absolutely over Jessica's passive-aggressive self. And, you know, Kay, I had a little hope for you. I hoped that you would see that the best thing to do is to leave this situation, but she's going to the cabin, so I guess we'll see what happens. Wendy, Jimmy, Lisa, and Jack. So they finally touch down in Tampa, Florida. They are there. They surprise Dominique, and he's really adorable. He's a little cutie. They are so excited to see him. But what I really loved, it's almost as if he has 4 parents, 2 moms and 2 dads. Both his mom, Lisa, and his stepmom, Wendy, they held on to him as if they had not seen him in 7 years. They were so happy to see him. Jack and his dad, Jimmy, they love this kid. So even though their relationship is a little weird and quite dysfunctional, he's got 4 parents that truly love him. Lisa mentions that due to the pandemic, they rode down in that RV because they wanted to be safe. However, when she finally gets to Florida, she mentions that she has set up this huge surprise party for Dominique. And I said, well, you rode the RV to be safe because of the pandemic, but you planned an entire party for him. So this party, thank goodness, it was outdoors. It was not socially distanced, but it was outdoors, and she had invited his friends from Florida, but also his friends from New Jersey, and he was absolutely surprised and completely happy that he had his family there and all of his good friends, and he, you know, was very gracious about the party.
Soon, I have to admit, I am going to be 30. There's nothing wrong with dating a much older man. It's okay.
Does it bother me when Jimmy flirts? I'd rather see him flirt with these young girls than when he flirts with his ex-wife.
Yeah, you know, that would bother me. Dude, you don't need to flirt with anybody. And it would really bother me that you are flirting with these young ladies. They are anywhere from 18 to 21. That's a little gross for me. And you are these girls' friends' daddy. I'm not a fan, Jimmy. So Lisa and Jimmy sit down. They want to talk to Dominique. And this is the thing. Dominique is 21, and he has not asked them for the in-depth details of why they divorced. So I am not sure why Lisa is so hell-bent on them sitting down and talking about this divorce. She wants to give Dominique the full details. I guess Jimmy cheated on her, and then she says there's something extra that she needs to tell Dominique, you know, about their divorce. So I don't know if she's going to come out later and say that she also cheated. I have no idea. But Jimmy is not here for it. He tells her that he never said that he was going to go into full detail about their divorce. He does not want to talk to Dominique about this. They get into this blow-up argument, and Dominique is just sitting there quiet, looking at the 2 of his parents act out, show out, to tell him something that he never asked them anyway. I don't think he absolutely needs all the details. If he did, he would have asked. So Jimmy storms out of there, refuses to continue to talk to them or film with them. Personally, I don't really care. This Lisa, to me, seems as if she is trying to produce their part of the show. She really just needs something to say, or she just has to, you know, stay center focus of the story and the camera. I have no idea. Lisa, you are really doing too much. Carol, Alex, and Steven. So Alex goes to meet up with Steven. We find out that during the pandemic, Steven is living with his parents. So due to COVID, they are taking quarantine seriously, and Steven is not allowed to leave out of the house. So whenever he needs to meet up with Alex, Steven sneaks out of the basement and comes over to a neighborhood park that's really close to his house so that he could see Alex. And then he, you know, makes a mad dash back to the basement before his parents realize he's gone. We're too grown for that. I don't understand why he can't just tell his parents that I'm going to go over to the park, I'm going to wear a mask and socially distance and talk to Alex. That's what I would do so that I would protect my parents. But I'm not about to sneak out of the basement. It's not going to happen. I just want to know, does anybody think Steven could grow a full mustache or no? Okay, I'm being mean.
Feel like we just needed to talk about a few things.
I'm going to be proposing to Caroline.
Like, I feel like just like I don't want to say set boundaries because I feel like that would like imply that you are overstepping boundaries, but like let's place a guideline so that way everybody can be on the same page, same paragraph, same sentence, you know?
Yeah.
So you're probably gonna have to FaceTime me a little less.
Honestly, in my mind, I feel like it was a situation where over time, Alex may reach out to me again. So I always had the hope that, you know, Alex would not block me or he would reach out and we could reestablish the relationship that we had, you know, so.
So when me and Alex were dating, I didn't necessarily see him dating a woman because he never showed much interest in women in that way. From my perspective, he was only into men, but I was a little bit shocked because it's hard to think after us dating, he would go date a woman, so. Yo, this is hard. This is so hard.
Oh, I do have to say that I was a little sad for Steven. I was a little hurt for him. You know, it seems that he really did have hope that in the end, him and Alex would end up together. I think it's just important for Alex to have this honest discussion with him and to set up these boundaries. Because if Alex is really serious about marrying Caroline, Steven does need to take several steps back, and you know, so that Alex and Caroline can move forward in their relationship. However, I do feel bad for Steven because I know how it is to still be in love with an ex and know that they're not the one, it's not right, and there's situations that just can't be solved. You have to move on. So I'm truly hoping that Steven can find someone that he can call his own. However, Alex did ask Steven if he would attend his wedding to Caroline, and Steven said yes. I said, wow, that was really sweet. I think he would show up, but I do think he would be devastated at the same time. Danielle, Josh, Jennifer, and Chantel. So they start off by letting us know that they had a gender reveal party, and Chantel is having a daughter, and they're gonna name her Camille. I don't know why, but I think Camille is such a nice name.
What happens when you have 3 baby mamas?
He has 2.
2.5.
Where's the 0.5 coming from? I'm not sure.
Because it's like me and Jen actually had relationships with you, so we are your baby mamas, but you don't consider Chantel your baby mama.
Right,
so
but where's
she's
the
like
0.5 come into?
Because it's still your biological kid.
So I get a 0.5 for that.
Yeah.
This is really weird to me. I really need them to quit stating that he's not this child's father, because he really is. You know what I mean? He's this child's biological father. He has children with all 3 of you now. You guys are going to be connected forever. And I think it's really odd that they think that this man is going to be able to spend all this time with all of these children and never once mention that he's that child's father. He's going to want to be a full-on dad to this child as much as you guys are together. So they then throw a baby shower for Shannon.
I got screwed out. That's what happened.
Well, we were thinking about who the donor was going to be. I have a good friend, and she said, well, my husband, he would be a donor for you. And it was Larry.
You contacted me about being the donor.
Yeah.
I got freaking hosed. What happened? I have a beautiful little baby boy. You know, they saw pictures of him, and I go, I'll be the donor. That's going to be the old-fashioned way. I got Michael Phelps down there. I got good swimmers. And at the end of the day, who shut it down?
I did. Yeah, I shut it down.
But why?
Because I don't want to have sex with Larry.
The old-fashioned way never crossed my mind.
If we would have done it my way, 1 month.
No.
I don't understand that. What kind of people are these? I don't have any friends. Please, peeps, get down in the comments. Are any of you offering up your husband's sperm to your friend? Do you have any friends who are willing to offer up their husband's semen? I'm just not. And that is a hard no. Now, I'm a person that if I have a friend or a sibling and they want to have a baby but they can't carry it themselves, I'm a person that I would carry the baby for them, but it wouldn't be my egg. And the reason it would not be my egg is because I would think that's my baby and I would have a hard time parting with it. And I don't know if that's just immaturity or selfishness, but I can't have babies out here and not be a part of their life. I don't know. I have no idea why they are going back and forth with Larry. And why in the world would Larry's wife be okay with Larry talking like this? Are you serious, Larry? You really wanted to actually have sex with this woman to get her pregnant? You are a married man. Listen, I do not want to disrespect my husband, but I would have pulled him to the side. Sir, zip it, okay? Stifle. What are you talking about? But then again, you have to remember, she did offer Larry's semen. So she might be a nut. I don't know. So Larry asked Josh about the baby. He says, so this is actually going to be your kid, right? And Josh comes back and says, I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. He said, people ask me that quite often, but I don't really know. What, buddy? This is ridiculous. Don't you think these people should have gotten together, figured out a plan, put together some sort of contract, some kind of legal binding agreement about this baby? I would have never been a part of any of this without having some sort of legal paperwork. This is a baby. Nope. Now, I agree with Larry. Larry makes the comment that there is no way that Josh is not going to have some kind of connection with this baby. He said he's not going to be able to be in this world and know that there is a baby that is part him and not want to be a part of this baby's life, especially as close as this family is. They're together almost every day. He's going to be over there visiting his son. There's no way that Josh is not going to be emotionally connected to this baby. It's just not going to happen. I think that this whole setup is going to blow up in their face. So the four of them decide to go out for some sort of last shebang before Chelsea has the baby, and Jennifer says that she can't wait to get to the bar. We should tell people about our story. And both Chantel and Josh step in and they say, don't do that. We really hate it when you get to the bar or anywhere else and you start telling strangers about our life, because then they start to tell us how weird, how odd we are and ask us all these questions. And she says, well, I don't think anything's wrong with it. And of course, his wife, Danielle, is all for it. She doesn't think anything's wrong with it either. But Chantel and Josh, they don't appreciate it. As soon as they get to the bar, Jennifer starts telling everybody she runs into that the three of them are his baby mamas, that he was married to her, but now he's married to her and she's married to her, but we all have babies by him. And he is getting madder and madder by the second. And he is pissed off that people are questioning and judging him. I think right now, Josh is extremely affected by all of this. I think that he's starting to have the wheels turning in his head about this new baby coming. They don't have any legal paperwork. I think he really does want to have something to do with this baby, but Chantel is strictly telling him, you are the donor and the donor only. They will not call you dad. It's not going to happen. And I think all of this is starting to stack up in his head. She's on her third or fourth set of people at the bar that she's telling about this, and it's really upsetting Josh and Chantel.
One of my favorite things to do is telling people our story out in public, because it's a great conversation piece. Because seeing people's reaction is like what I look forward to.
This is my wife, Chantel.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very pregnant.
Yeah.
I didn't notice. This is my ex-husband, Josh.
Oh, hello.
And he's actually our sperm donor.
Okay. Hello. Every time we go somewhere, it's like on repeat.
We're like BFFs.
So he's
The current?
He's my ex-husband.
Your ex-husband.
Him and
but
I were
your
married first.
Fiance, boyfriend.
Husband. Yeah.
They
And
have
you're
a daughter
the new
together.
wife of.
Him and I have a son together.
Okay.
They have a daughter together. And her and I are gonna have a daughter together, and he was our sperm donor.
I could see it as this almost abstract experiment.
Yeah. It's like an experiment.
Yeah, but in reality, it's really difficult to accept because of all the nuances and all the things that have to take place. I think I come from a different era. Still that 1950s mentality of growing up in the Midwest, and I don't know if I would be able to accept all that.
I just want to tell people, like, when they tell me shit like this, I want to be like, let me ask you a question. Why is that weird? Why is it weird what we're doing? Explain to me why. Not just, oh, it's weird. Give me a reason.
Would more acceptable be two divorced parents that don't get along?
It's just kind of all web together. It's crazy.
That's it. I'm out of here. I'm going home.
So he wants to know, why is it weird? Well, it's quite weird. You were married to this woman. This woman left you for another woman. You married a different woman, and then your ex-wife who left you for a woman married that woman. You have a baby with your ex-wife. You have a baby with your new wife. And now you're having another baby with your ex-wife's wife. Yeah, that's odd. That's why people are asking. And they never would ask if Jennifer, Miss I need the spotlight on me, Miss I need this to be the center of attention, Miss I need people to look at us and talk to us, wasn't out here telling everybody. But we also have to remember, you're on a national television show. So if you didn't want people to know, maybe you shouldn't have came on the show. So Josh and Chantel, they get upset. They are ready to go. Josh tells Jennifer he's leaving. He then goes to his wife Danielle and tells her that he wants to leave. He is pissed off. Danielle and Jennifer decide to stay at the bar. Chantel and Josh leave. And the crazy thing is, when they're leaving, you see Jennifer at the bar with Danielle and a couple other people, and she's telling the other people the story. To me, she's just trying to get attention. Why are you still telling this story to yet more people in the bar after you have clearly upset your wife and your ex-husband? And why is Danielle okay with all of this? She's sitting there too, throwing back drinks and shots, telling the story, laughing and smiling. Girl, both of you are a pain in the butt. Listen, honey, I cannot wait for the next episode. All of these people are too daggone much. And I still don't. Right now, Lisa, Jennifer, and Jessica, them three there, oh boy, they are working my good nerves. I'm telling you, I would not have friends that are like the three of them, ever, okay? Anyway, get down in the comments and tell me what you think. And until next time, bye.